Lucas Munoz. And in the hole, the pitcher, number 30, Jacob Briggs.
Welcome back to Minneapolis baseball here for the second game of the doubleheader tonight against the Ellsworth Bearcats. They've changed to black jerseys.
Hot shot down the third baseline for a base hit. Castleton reaches first and is going to stretch it into an attempted double, and he's in there with a double.
Second baseman, number 5, Lucas Munoz.
Double down the left field line, right towards third base. So Ellsworth, is that right? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's turn the buzz down.
And a little grounder to shortstop is handled by Goddard. He makes the play, and the return throw, gets away from Tyrell Owens. It looked like he might have had him at third, but the ball was kicked away, and he was slid in there. So McCasland advances to third. Nunez out on the grounder to the shortstop, 6-3 for out number 1. Starting to sprinkle now just a little bit again. It kind of let up. It let up a little bit, but now it's coming back. Foul ball down the third baseline. Out of play. Forte, the pitcher for Minneapolis, with a runner at third base. Froese is the hitter for Ellsworth. And the pitch fouled back, out of play. 2 strikes. Forte is ahead. This is the top of the first for the second game of the doubleheader. Minneapolis-Ellsworth. Grounder down the third baseline, or Owens has it, comes up throwing for the out, but the fielder's choice results in a run scored by Ellsworth. So as they did in game 1, they score the first hitter of the game, eventually goes on to score. Fielder's choice clears the bases. Two away. The hitter, number 23, Rice, the catcher in game 2. Forte with ball 2. So 1 run in, nobody on, and the pitch. Swung and fouled back out of play. 2-1 is the count. 2 away. McCasland started off the inning with a double down the left field line and scored on the fielder's choice. Three and 1 is now the count to Rice. Forte comes set, and the pitch. Swung on, and going to be a single down the left field line. Left fielder scoops it up and makes the throw into second base. Rice in there with a single.
First baseman, number 26, Stephen Kyler to bat.
Kyler is the hitter. He's the first baseman. Rice is at first with a single. 2 out. Forte comes set, checks the runner, kicks and delivers. In the dirt for ball 1. Forte, Therese is your battery tonight. Pitcher is Forte, catcher is Therese. Therese caught game 1, so he's getting his work in tonight. And the throwdown on the steal is not in time. Rossi is into second. 2 down. 1-1 is the count. Forte comes set, checks the runner, and delivers. Good bender, first strike. Good pitch. So Forte goes ahead of the hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The delivery. Grounder to short. Austin Goddard unable to come up with it cleanly.
Now batting the left fielder, number 25.
Holds runners at first and third. Can't make up its mind
Nope.
if it's going to sprinkle or not.
No, I know it. Runners at first and third. This is Kubek. I think Kubek hit 9th in game 1. Runners at first and third, 2 away. Ellsworth leads. Don't they have 2 runs?
I believe so. No. Just 1.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I had Frosty down as scoring,
First base
but that's
runner advances to second. 2 runners in scoring position now.
Kubek the hitter. Foul ball. There was the foul tip. Went into the catcher's glove. He handled the foul ball. Ball remains live. Ball gets away from the catcher. Runners advance. That's a pass ball.
Now it's 2-0.
So Rice scores. Kyler advances to third on the pass ball. This is Kubek. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Forte delivers. Hot shot right back up the middle. Kyler scores. Kubek with the base hit. Hot shot right up the middle. Brungart, the DH.
Designated hitter 21, Ryan Brungart.
So three runs plated by Ellsworth thus far. And the pitch. And a line shot. Lott catches it foul in fair territory, knocks it down for a fair ball. Lott recovers, picks it up, steps on the bag for the out, retires the side. So after 1/2 inning of play, Ellsworth leads 3-0.
Coming to bat.
3 runs on 3 hits. 1 error,
Got our work cut out for us here.
1 left.
We'll be back.
The State Bank of Delphus and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks which offers traditional accounts such as checking, savings, certificates of deposit, IRAs, loans, and online banking. But most important, they're committed to making your banking experience as easy and as personal as possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
D&M Body Shop can repair any make or model of vehicle and make it look like new. They transform that ugly, messed up vehicle to its like-new condition. You'll be saying, wow, what a job. D&M Body Shop, Minneapolis, the very best.
Okay, Minneapolis comes to bat in the bottom of the first.
Well, I didn't know if number 10 would keep pitching for him or not. I guess not.
Well, you wouldn't have thought he'd been wore out. They may
Leading
be.
off for Minneapolis,
Who knows what
second
their
baseman, number 4,
thinking is?
Save him for
John
relief in this game if they need him. I guess.
Possible.
On deck,
I'm
shortstop
sure they have
Austin
some
Goddard.
strategy.
And in the hold, center fielder, Austin Jensen.
John Corman, the leadoff hitter for Minneapolis in the bottom of the first. And the pitch. Strike one. Austin Goddard on deck. Corman drives one to right, and the right fielder is there for the catch on the fly ball. One away.
Austin Goddard.
Goddard to the plate. Number 7, the shortstop for Minneapolis in game 1 and game 2. Austin Jensen on deck. Goddard drives one down the right field line, and it is ruled a foul ball.
Yep.
So Corman out on a fly ball. Goddard with one strike. 1-1 is the count. Low in the dirt. Ellsworth scored 3 in the top of the first. Minneapolis attempting to answer, foul back out of play for 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the kids are chasing the foul ball. It's a race, and they all after it.
You used to get a quarter or something like that, didn't they, in American Legion ball? They do that in high school, right?
I don't know that. Goddard fights off the curveball, able to get a piece of it to stay alive.
Seems like that was my memory from my youth, but I don't.
Yeah, I think it intermittently at different times there was a reward for the return of the foul balls.
Depending on how rich the coach was, I suppose.
Goddard pushed back by the inside pitch. Skips out of the way. 2-2 is the count. And the pitch. Ground ball to short. Gobbled up by the shortstop. Makes the play.
Now batting the center fielder,
6-3.
number 14,
2 away.
Jensen.
Austin Jensen's the hitter. So nothing doing for Minneapolis so far. Nobody on. 2 out. Forte on deck. And the pitch. Low. Ball 2 to Jensen. Jensen hits third in the Minneapolis lineup. Forte's the cleanup hitter at fourth. And the pitch. Jensen with a swing and a miss. 2-1 is the count. 2 away. And the delivery outside. 3-1. Corman started off with a fly ball to right. Goddard was out on a grounder to short. And Jensen is up there now with a count of 3-1. Minneapolis, no score in our half of the first. And there was about a 45-foot pitch in the dirt.
Now coming to the plate, the pitcher, number 18, Craig Forte.
So by virtue of the walk, Jensen is at first base. Craig Forte, the cleanup hitter. Forte, the pitcher in game 2. Pop fly. Second baseman doesn't have to move a step. Camps under it, takes it in for the out.
Minneapolis, 0.
No score. So after one complete inning of play, Minneapolis 0, Ellsworth 3. Minneapolis had no runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Correction, Austin Jensen was on base, I'm sorry. One left on.
We'll be back.
Bennett Autoplex supports the Minneapolis Lions. At Bennett Autoplex, you'll find a small-town family atmosphere with great prices on new and used cars. New vehicles including Chevrolet, Pontiacs, GMC, Buicks, and Jeep. Serving the customers since 1957. Bennett Autoplex, Minneapolis, Salina.
Scott Studio at Minneapolis does all types of signs, from vehicle graphics, banners, racing, full-color decals, retail signs, and much more. If you need a sign, here's your sign. Scott Studio, where quality is promised and the price is always right.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lionbackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lion games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of Minneapolis Junior and Senior High School. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
Trust is a word that is very important in this day and age, especially when it comes to insurance. Since 1982, you've trusted the Davidson Agency in Delphus and Minneapolis to give you the best home, auto, farm, crop, life, and health insurance. Call Lyle Davidson at the Davidson Agency, your trusted choice.
The Hairstylum, the newest and most modern hair salon in Minneapolis, will style your hair to give you the look that you've always dreamed of. Or you might just want a haircut. The Hairstylum will do that too. Lynn and Brandon welcome new customers. Call 392-4555.
Starting off batting order this inning is the center fielder, number 12, Clint Glazer. Glazer.
Glazer leads off the top of the second. Glazer, the center fielder. Ball 1. Forte, the pitcher. Ellsworth came up with 3 runs in the top of the first. Ball inside, ball 2. Forte, the pitcher. Glazer, the hitter. And the pitch. Inside. 30. Game 1, pretty impressive. Only a couple of walks. Pretty good control by both pitchers. Fun game.
Impressive pitching game, both sides. Yep.
There's a strike down the middle. 3-1. Glazer digs in. 3-1 and the pitch. Swung on and fly ball to center field. And Austin Jensen comes up with the catch. Comes in and makes the play. Fly ball to center for out number 1. This is the 9th hitter, Choites. Nobody on. 1 out. Boo! Inside, little brush back. He's able to skip out of the way. Ball 1. And the pitch. High and tight. Ball 2. Choice able to duck out of the way. About helmet high. Inside. Forte's digging himself a little hole here by getting down 30. That's twice. First two hitters, he's down 30. Tough to live there. And the pitch. Walked him on 4 straight. Brings up the leadoff hitter.
Coming to bat will be the shortstop, number 10, Matt McCausland.
Clausland's a hitter. First inning. Line shot down left field line for a double. So Choich is at first. Forte steps off the rubber, throws over, back in time. 1 away. Ellsworth leads Minneapolis 3-0. A little tight for ball 1. Forte looks in, gets a sign, checks the runner, comes set, steps off. No throw to first, runner's back. McCausland steps in. He's ready. Forte comes set. And the pitch. McCausland, opposite field bloop. He's going to fall in there for a single. Choich rounds second. Heads for third. That's the beauty of hitting behind the runner. If you hit behind the runner to right field and the guy's got any speed at all, he's going to wind up at third base. So now runners at the corner by virtue of the bloop single to right by McCausland. 1 away. Runners at first and third. Nunez, the hitter, was out on a ground ball to short, first time up. Forte comes set, and the pitch. Bender, no call. Evidently had a little defensive play on there. We tried to deke the runner at third by the throw down to the shortstop who ran in to cut it off, but wasn't fooled. Runner stayed home at third. Runners at second and third now. And there's a pass ball. The runner feints a charge towards home and decides to go back. Menu's the hitter. 2 balls. Runners at second and third. Choich is at third. McCausland at second. 1 out. 30 is the count. That's the third time in this inning that we've had a 30 count. You're going to pay the price if you stay that far behind the hitters. He walks him. There's a pass ball. Gets away from the catcher. And the run comes trotting in. So Choich scores on the pass ball.
Number 23, Talon Rice.
Makes the score 4-0. Favor the Bearcats.
McCausland advances to third.
30, Jacob Grace.
Munoz draws the walk and is at first. 1 out. Forte is struggling here in this inning. Rossi's the hitter. Ball 1. Forte struggling with his control early in the game. Comes set, and the delivery inside, ball 2. Runners at second and third, and the pitch. 30. You know, the problem with a pitcher that's struggling is your defense goes to sleep. You struggle with your pitches, and then pretty quick your outfield's asleep, and they get a little dink shot that falls in there because their attention span is
There's a strike.
gone. 3-1 is the count. Runners at second and third. 1 out. Draws the walk on an inside pitch.
Bases loaded on walk.
Now batting will be the catcher, number 23, Talon Wise.
That is the third walk of the inning. 5 hitters up, 3 have walked. 1 single and 1 out. This is Rice. Bases loaded and the pitch. Rice drives a fly ball to second base. Corman is underneath of it, makes the catch.
That brings the first base.
Fly ball to second for the second out.
Number 26, Stephen Kyler.
Kyler's the hitter. He was on base first time by virtue of an error. An error by the shortstop. His first time up. Kyler's the hitter. Bases are loaded. Ball 1. Ball 2. And the pitch. Popped up down the right field line. May be a fair ball. Foul ball.
Foul.
A little discussion with the base runners. Some of the runners weren't running full speed on that. With 2 outs, ball's put in play. You need to go. Kyler is the hitter. 2-1 is the count. 2 out. Ellsworth leads 4-0. The pitch. Fouled back to the screen. 2-2 is the count. During all this, Ellsworth has only scored 1 run in the inning, although they're threatening with the bases loaded. 2 away, though. Forte looks in, gets the sign, comes set, checks the runners, and throws. Foul ball. 2-2. Some pitchers will elect to go with the windup in this situation with the runners with the bases full, but Forte is going to pitch from the stretch. Looks in for the sign, comes set, and delivers. Right up the middle, through the box.
Score 2.
He's going to score 2. They got a runner hung up. Corman makes the throw to third. Tyrell gets the ball out. They got a rundown going, and they're going to make the out. And they got it, but not before they scored 2 runs.
6-0 after the 1.5. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Since 1887, the Bennington State Bank has been your trusted hometown bank. For over 100 years, they've been interested in helping people achieve their financial goals. Let them help you. The Bennington State Bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
City Pharmacy has brought you quality professional pharmaceuticals since 1963. Joe and Amber Wool will help you with your medications, durable medical equipment, cosmetics, gifts, and greeting cards. Your hometown pharmacy, City Pharmacy, downtown Minneapolis.
Your Minneapolis hometown hardware is always there when you need an appliance, paint, tools. Well, truthfully, the list just goes on and on and on. So the next time you need something, almost anything, go to Hometown Hardware, Minneapolis. They've probably got it.
At Robertson Monuments, they believe that community is everything. Minneapolis is a great town to live in, and Robertson Monument is happy to be a part of the community. Robertson Monument, a Minneapolis Lions sports booster. Try to make as many games as you can. If you're searching for the right insurance to fit your needs, look no further. American Family Insurance has been providing security and peace of mind for more than 80 years because they want to protect what matters most. Call Scott Osherman in Minneapolis, your American Family Insurance agent.
For the Minneapolis Lions, the first baseman, number 20, Dustin Lott.
Dustin Lott leads off the bottom of the second for Minneapolis. Dustin hits fifth for Minneapolis. Strike one. And the pitch. Lott, hot shot to second. Comes up with it. Steps and throws for out number one.
That brings
Matt
the
Corman.
designated hitter to the plate, number 9, Matt Corman.
Corman is the DH. One down in the bottom of the second for Minneapolis. Minneapolis no score. Ellsworth 6, Minneapolis nothing. And there's strike one to Corman. And the pitch. 1-1. Corman stands in. The bat at the ready and the pitch. High, ball 2. 2-1 is the count. One down. Lott was out on a grounder to second baseman. 2-2 is the count to Corman now. As we said earlier, Matt Corman, the DH in game 2. Played second base in game 1. And the pitch. Full count. Drew Smith on deck if Corman is able to do anything. And he draws a walk. It's what we need, base runners.
Batting the right fielder, number
Base
13,
runner on, one out.
Drew Smith.
Drew Smith defensively is playing right field. Matt Corman at first by virtue of the walk. Pitcher looks in, comes set, and delivers. Smith,
Right in the gap.
a well-hit single in the gap to right center. He's going to try for 2.
Should
He
just standing up.
stands up with a double. Smith a double to right center. Nice hit. Matt Corman
Brings
advances
up
to
the catcher,
third
number
on the double.
16, Nick Torres.
Nick Torres, the catcher. Torres hits 8 for Minneapolis. So Minneapolis with an opportunity. Runners in scoring position. Corman at third. Smith at second. One away. The pitch. Swing and a miss by Torres. Runners get their lead. Pitcher comes set and delivers. Torres takes a mighty hack for strike 2. One away. Nick Torres, the catcher for Minneapolis. Threatening rain. It intermittently sprinkles. Jammed by a pitch, was able to get around and fight it off to stay alive. Oh and 2 on Torres. Runners at second and third. Minneapolis with no score in the second.
2 runners in scoring position.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Torres. That was a ball outside. Foul ball down the right field line, just beyond first base. Stayed inside the field to play, but foul ball. 1-2's the count. We could use a timely base hit, Dale.
Really could use it.
Need that good opposite field line drive right here.
High and inside.
2-2 is the count. Ellsworth won game 1, as you may be aware.
Tried to
9-7.
Matt Corman down there, but he got back safely in time to the base.
Minneapolis was the loser in game 1, 7-9. Ellsworth won game 1.
In extra innings.
And it actually turned out to be a pretty good game. Man, called strike 3. I don't think he realizes. Yeah, maybe he does.
Coming to the plate for the left fielder, number 3, Steve Branham.
Torres down on strikes. Called on strike 3. Struck out looking. 2 down. Swing and a foul ball. Strike 1.
Now looks like the girls are leading in softball in the second game, also 6-3 in the fifth.
Strike 2. Strike 3, but he dropped it. He's tagged for the out. Just to make sure they'll throw down and make the tag on the bag.
So the Lions strand 2, trail 6-0 after 2 innings.
Minneapolis is a dynamic and growing community. The Minneapolis Chamber of Commerce support of the Minneapolis High School Lions sports programming is just a small part of what they do. Be a chamber member. Come for a visit and stay for a lifetime.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's fun. It's Minneapolis Raceway. Minneapolis Raceway has brought you exciting races to central Kansas and will continue this tradition. This fast track will give you and your family some of the most exciting races ever seen. Go Lions!
C&R Plating would like to take this time to thank their many friends and customers for making their business what it is today. Kevin also wants to wish the Minneapolis Lions a great season. C&R Plating, happy to be a Minneapolis Lions backer.
There's nothing more important than our children. That's exactly why the Lions Den was established in Minneapolis, so the kids could get together in a clean and healthy environment to have fun. It's a great place to party. The Lions Den, downtown Minneapolis.
Eagle Communications, home of ECTV, high-speed internet, 910 KINA and 99 KG, a proud sponsor of tonight's hometown coverage.
Top of the third, getting ready to start here.
And the umbrellas pop out. Light sprinkle.
Camera gets covered up again.
Yep, cover up the scorebook. Forte struggled in the second inning. Having a little control problems, so see if he's got something worked out. This is going to be the top of the third. Minneapolis trails. Ellsworth leads 6-0.
Coming to bat for the Ellsworth Bearcats, the left fielder, number 25, Jake Cubic.
So Forte digs in, toes the plate. Looks in for the sign, comes set. And he deals. Ball 1. This is Kyler. He's the first baseman for Ellsworth. Last time was on base by an error. Ball 2. There's a 30 count again. You're asking for trouble if you live on that 30 count. Very rarely do good things happen when you get to that point in the count. Base hit. Just off the glove of the third baseman. And he's going to try to stretch it to a single. A little lackadaisical play by the left fielder allowed the runner to stretch a single to a double.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 21, Ryan Brumgart.
Brungart. I'm sorry, that was Quebec. This is Brungart. And the ball sails to the backstop, and the runner advances. Brungart, ball one. Forte looks in with a runner at third base. Checks the runner. The delivery. Foul ball. Over to the Ellsworth on deck circle. 1-1 is the count. Runner at third. Ellsworth leads Minneapolis 6-0. Here in the top of the third. The pitch. Oh, base hit. Between third base and the shortstop.
To the plate, the
Hot
center
shot
fielder, number 12,
for a single.
Clint Glazer.
So Quebec comes in on the RBI single. Glazer, the hitter. Glazer popped out to center last time. Brungart at first base by virtue of the single. Foul ball back to the screen. Strike one. Oop. Lackadaisical throw back to the pitcher with runners on. Throw by the catcher, pretty lackadaisical into the dirt. Rolled, happened to be the shortstop was standing there to play pigtail. Nice pitch. That was a great breaking ball by Forte for strike. 2 strikes. That was a nice pitch.
See if we can get some more of them.
Ellsworth with 1 run scored in this top of the third. And there's, we have a balk. A balk was called on Forte. I did not see it. Evidently the umpire did. So the runner advances on by virtue of the balk to second base. 2 strikes is the count on the batter and the pitch. A swing and a foul ball. One run scored in this third inning thus far by Quebec. Runner at second base and the pitch. Oh! Forte spins as if to throw to second, but no throw. You don't have to throw to second. The pitch. 1-2 the count. Glazer, the number 8 hitter for Ellsworth. Last time hit a fly ball to center. Pickoff move by Forte, not in time. Runner's back. Good pitch. Struck him out. That was a good pitch.
Now batting the third baseman, number 13, Ethan
Choate.
Coit.
The hitter. Last time walked and scored. Checks the runner and the pitch. Curveball just missed on the inside corner.
In the gap. It's going to score a runner. Gets away from the right fielder. Going to be a stand-up triple. Eight
At the top of the lineup, at bat, the
to
shortstop,
0, the
10,
score now.
Matt McCausland.
Bearcats up with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. Ooh.
Okay, bring me up to speed there.
Well, we had a stand-up triple.
A stand-up triple to where?
Right field. Hit the gap, and right fielder couldn't chase it down.
So Brungart scored on the triple.
Nice throw, a nice catch by Owens, and he tags the third base runner as he's coming back for safety. So
line drive.
Play.
Line drive.
Bearcats score 2 in the inning. They can get 8 to 0.
Line drive to 5. And Choich was tagged out, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So McCausland was the second out of the inning, and the third out was by virtue of the tag, correct?
Yes. Take a word for our sponsors here.
Bennett Autoplex supports the Minneapolis Lions. At Bennett Autoplex, you'll find a small-town family atmosphere with great prices on new and used cars. New vehicles including Chevrolet, Pontiacs, GMC, Buicks, and Jeep. Serving the customers since 1957. Bennett Autoplex, Minneapolis, Salina.
Scott Studio at Minneapolis does all types of signs, from vehicle graphics, banners, racing, full-color decals, retail signs, and much more. If you need a sign, here's your sign. Scott Studio, where quality is promised and the price is always right.
D&M Body Shop can repair any make or model of vehicle and make it look like new. They transform that ugly, messed up vehicle to its like-new condition. You'll be saying, wow, what a job. D&M Body Shop, Minneapolis, the very best.
The state.
Okay, bottom of the 3rd coming up. John Corman, lead off batter.
Second baseman, number 4, John Corman.
Bottom of the 3rd, Minneapolis leads off with the leadoff hitter, John Corman. Last time up, a fly ball to right field. Foul ball.
I guess that probably hit in the batter's box. It rolled out in front of the batter's box. But
I thought that it hit the catcher and rebounded back into the field of play.
All right.
I wasn't sure about that, but it was basically a foul ball. Good call by the official. There's that 50-foot pitch in the dirt. 1-1. The count to Corman. Corman, the second baseman in game 2. The pitcher in game 1. Fouls it off. What did he do with the 1 ball, 2 strikes to Corman. He stands in there. And the pitch. Corman.
Good tag.
Fly ball to center field. He runs after it, turns his back to the infield, runs out, runs it down.
The shortstop, number 7.
Last time fly to right field, this time fly to center field. F8 for the out. 1 away. Brings up Austin Goddard. Goddard grounded to short. First time up. Strike 1. Swing and a miss for Goddard. Nobody on. 1 out for Minneapolis. In the bottom of the 3rd, and the ball gets away from the catcher, comes back to the screen. 1-1 is the count to Goddard. He steps in there. Goddard, maybe trouble. Somebody's going to have to hurry or it's going to fall in there. It does. Falls in there for a single. Single for Goddard to shallow center.
Center fielder number 14, Austin Jensen.
So Goddard on with a single. Austin Jensen walked his last time up.
1 out in the inning for the Lions. 1 man on.
Ellsworth leads 8-0 thus far. Well, Dale, it sprinkles and then it quits. And then it sprinkles again. But right now it's, and a snap throw by the catcher, and Goddard dives back in safely. Made it close.
And I hate to have to cover the camera up because then I get tunnel vision and I can't see what's going on in the field. Follow the ball.
Jensen at the plate. High for ball 2. And the pitch. Ooh, the umpire flinched, but didn't call it a strike. Ball 3. Austin Jensen stands in there. The pitch. The umpire did more than flinch that time. That was a 30 count, however. Probably not bad baseball. You're behind here. You need base runners. Good baseball by Jensen to take that 30 count. And the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Full count. 1 away. Goddard at first. Corman out on fly ball to center. Corman led off the inning. Goddard with a single to shallow center. Austin Jensen full count. And the pitch. Jensen drives one deep to left field over the head of the outfielder. That's going to go all the way, almost to the fence, at least to the warning track. Going to be tight at third, and Austin Goddard is in third.
That brings up the pitcher, number 18, Craig
Jensen
Forte.
with a double.
1 down, 2 in scoring position. Forte at bat.
Well struck ball, left center over the head of the left fielder. Goddard advances to third on the play. Forte, the cleanup hitter, last time up, popped to second base. 1 out. You have some options here.
Ooh.
That's a tough call. Umpire liked it. I didn't particularly like it, but she's the one keeping track of balls and strikes, not me. There we go. Forte drives one to right. It's going to be over the head of the right fielder. It's going to score 2. Forte rounds first, heads for second with a stand-up double.
So Lions get 2 on the boards.
First baseman, number 20.
On the board, excuse me. 8-2 here in the bottom of the third. 1 out. Forte with the stand-up double is at second.
Austin Goddard was at third. He scores. Austin Jensen was at second. He scores. 2 runs in, 2 RBIs for Forte on the double. Dustin Lott, the hitter. Swing and a miss by Lott. Took a good cut, just didn't get on it. Dustin Lott out to on a grounder to second base, his first time up. 1-1 is the count. Low and inside. Forte at second with a stand-up double. Jensen hit a double right before him. They traded places.
Second baseman bobbles it, but gets it in time. Forte advances to third. Lott out at first.
Matt Corman.
Ground ball to second base, and Lott's out for 2 down. Matt Corman is your hitter. Matt walked last time. Minneapolis with 2 runs so far in the bottom of the third. Closed the gap slightly. Ellsworth leads 8-2. 2 away, runner at third. Corman stands in there. at the ready. And, there's the pitch with a pickoff move to third base. Forte dives back in. He's in there safely. The thing you have to remember is the pitcher, a right-handed pitcher, all he has to do to third is step and throw. Same thing for a left-hander to first base. So you have to be aware of that fact.
Shortstop comes in for
a little conference call.
Quick word.
Matt Corman, 1-1 is the count. High and tight.
Tried for the pickoff again on 4-2.
2-1 is the count. Swinging and a miss by Corman. 2-2. Matt Corman. 2 down. 2 runs so far in the bottom of the third for Minneapolis. There's a pass ball. Forte's going to make it close. He's going to be safe. Forte alertly hustles home on the pass ball. Was able to score.
I think I might agree with the pitcher there.
Yeah. Could have went either way.
Thinking he had the tag. We'll take it. As they said in the first game, the Ellsworth fans on that strikeout.
Should have went either way.
8-3. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Bases are clean. Clear, I guess.
Full count to Corman. Minneapolis with 3 runs home in the third. Strike 3 called for out number 3. Retires the side. Minneapolis scores 3 runs in the bottom of the third. Ellsworth leads 8-3. Ellsworth coming up.
Bank of Delphos and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks which offers traditional accounts such as checking, savings, certificates of deposit, IRAs, loans, and online banking. But most important, they're committed to making your banking experience as easy and as personal as possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your Minneapolis hometown hardware is always there when you need an appliance, paint, tools. Well, truthfully, the list just goes on and on and on. So the next time you need something, almost anything, go to Hometown Hardware, Minneapolis. They've probably got it.
At Robertson Monuments, they believe that community is everything. Minneapolis is a great town to live in, and Robertson Monument is happy to be a part of the community. Robertson Monument, a Minneapolis Lions sports booster. Try to make as many games as you can.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's fun. It's Minneapolis Raceway. Minneapolis Raceway has brought you exciting races to central Kansas and will continue this tradition. This fast track will give you and your family some of the most exciting races ever seen. Go Lions!
Owens in to pitch for the Lions.
Forte goes to third. Owens on the mound to relieve Forte.
Leading off this inning for the Ellsworth Bearcats will be the second baseman, number 5, Lucas Munoz.
Munoz, the hitter. Tyrell Owens now pitching for Minneapolis. Ellsworth leads 8-3. Top of the fourth. Ellsworth. Munoz, the leadoff hitter. He is actually the number 2 hitter in their lineup. As we told you, Forte at third now. Owens and him flip-flop. Owens is now pitching. Forte at third. Ball 1. Foul ball. 1-1. This is Ellsworth in the top of the fourth. Here at Minneapolis on April 17th. This is game 2 of a doubleheader. Minneapolis came up short in the first game, 7-9. Swing and a miss by Munoz. 1-2. Nobody down. Nobody on. Owens is pitching from the stretch. Might be a comfort thing. Maybe just a little more comfortable pitching from the stretch. Maybe the coaches have asked him to. Not sure, but he is going to go to the stretch with nobody on. Fly ball. That's going to be trouble. Shortstop back there in plenty of time. Wasn't as deep as I thought it was going to be.
Up the pitcher, number 30, Jacob Graves.
Austin Goddard gets back and makes the play for out number 1.
I hope it doesn't sprinkle anymore because I'm putting my jacket on for warmth.
It's kind of cooling off here a little. Could be a lot worse, however.
Oh, yeah. I figured I'd have had this on a long time ago.
1 away on the fly ball to short center. Ball 1.
I know tomorrow night, if it doesn't get rained out, sitting on top of that tower, I'll have a jacket on real early in the races.
Race season has started.
Starts tomorrow night unless we get an inch of rain tonight like they're forecasting.
Keep the dust down.
That'll be a little more mud than they can deal with.
Single to right. In front of the right fielder. Smith cuts it off. Throws it in. Runner at first base with a single. Brings up Rice. 1 away for Ellsworth. Rice the hitter. Runner at first. Rice with a single his first time up. And pop fly to second base his second time. Thus far, there is a
nice catch.
Line drive by Smith. Picked it off.
Brings
for the out.
Runner back to first.
The runner had to come back to first because having caught the ball, the runner had to get back in time to tag up, and they made it close.
2 down here at the top of the 4th.
So Rice, line drive to right.
1 man on.
Two away. Wild pitch. In the dirt in front of the plate. Catcher was unable to handle it. Bounced over his head. Kyler, the hitter. Kyler was on base by an error the first time. With a single the second time. Single up the middle. Ground ball cut off by the third baseman. Forte picks it up and fires to first for the out.
Got him. All right. Good play.
Nice play by Forte. He cut that ball off like a third baseman should. With the momentum going towards first, picked it up, made the throw to first.
Ellsworth
made it look easy for the out.
8-3 after 3.5. We'll be back.
C&R Plating would like to take this time to thank their many friends and customers for making their business what it is today. Kevin also wants to wish the Minneapolis Lions a great season. C&R Plating, happy to be a Minneapolis Lions backer.
Since 1887, the Bennington State Bank has been your trusted hometown bank. For over 100 years, they've been interested in helping people achieve their financial goals.
Looks like a T-ball game.
Bennington State Bank,
looks like an old
housing lender.
City Pharmacy has brought you quality professional pharmaceuticals since 1963. Joe and Amber Wool will help you with your medications, durable medical equipment, cosmetics, gifts, and greeting cards. Your hometown pharmacy, City Pharmacy, downtown Minneapolis.
The Hairstylum, the newest and most modern hair salon in Minneapolis, will style your hair to give you the look that you've always dreamed of. Or you might just want a haircut. The Hairstylum will do that too. Lynn and Brandon welcome new customers. Call 392-4555.
If you're searching for the right insurance to fit your needs, look no further. American Family Insurance has been providing security and peace of mind for more than 80 years because they want to protect what matters most. Call Scott Osherman in Minneapolis, your American Family Insurance agent.
Okay, here we are. We're back. This is the top of the fifth. Correction. This is, let me get on the right side of the scorebook. This is the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth, Drew Smith for Minneapolis. He hits 8 in the Minneapolis lineup. Drew Smith plays right field, made a nice catch on a line drive just this last half inning. Smith with a double his first time up to right. There's a single through the hole. Ground ball through the hole between short and third for a base hit. So Smith is 2 for 2 here in game 2 with a single. Nick Torres, the catcher. I think I said Drew Smith hit 8th. He actually is the 7th hitter in the Minneapolis lineup. Nick Torres hits 8th. Torres at the plate. A little low for ball 1. Still with me, Dale?
Yep.
All right. Smith with the lead and the pitch. Ball 2. As Mike was talking about in the first game, Mike Rupert, kind of an old saying among coaches is a walk is a run. It just seems like more times than not.
They turn into runs, don't
they?
They
turn into runs. We'll find out if a walk is a run because Torres is on with the walk. That forces Smith to second. Runners at first and second. Nobody down. Things are kind of going our way. This is the bottom of the order for Minneapolis. This is Steve Branham, left fielder.
When you're at the bottom of the order, it's helpful to have things go your way.
That's right. And, you know, these guys, you get them on and then get the guys up to the plate that can hit. It's what you want. So Branham is the hitter. Nobody down. Minneapolis trails 8-3. Ellsworth leads. Minneapolis has got a little something going here with runners at first and second. Nobody out. Avoid the double play. Here it is, right up the middle. Going to be a single.
Bases loaded. No outs.
Runners move up.
That's encouraging.
Bases now loaded.
Coming to bat, the second baseman, number 4, John Corman.
John Corman. 2 fly balls so far this game. You know he's going to put it in play.
I don't think they're going to elect to walk him.
No, I would guess that'd be out of the picture. I'd like our chances to put some runs on the scoreboard here. We can't ask for it much better. Nobody down, bases loaded, leadoff hitter to the plate. Corman will be followed by Goddard.
You got a real opportunity to close this score here.
Goddard by Jensen. There's no reason to think that we're not going to put the ball in play here. With a little luck, we could cash some runs here. Corman gets ready. Pitcher comes set. The delivery. Corman. Ground ball to third, and the ball comes home for the out, the force out at home. So Ellsworth dodges a bullet. The force at home. Runners advance, but no run scores. On the fielder's choice. So Corman is at first. Nick Torres is at second. Steve Branham is at Nick Torres is at third, I'm sorry. Branham is at second. Uh-oh. He's out.
Uh-oh. What is...
Okay, we're going to have a problem here.
The catcher, I guess, is upset that Torres slid Spikes first.
Yeah, well, I think he thought that maybe there was a little bit extracurricular spike action there, or at least the catcher took exception to it.
Is there a rule against such thing?
You have to slide.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know.
And it's a quicker slide, feet first.
You know, if it's a flagrant, you're trying to hurt the guy, I would guess that their action could be taken. I don't know that, I'm not sure that that really would have been the proper call there. He did come in cleats, but, you know, you have cleats on and you're sliding, well, you're within the rules to do it. Now, did he take a little extra kick? I don't know. I couldn't see that. But evidently the catcher thought so.
Obviously, I guess as the runner, you want to try to break up the ball somehow if you can.
So Torres was, regardless of whatever else might have happened, he was caught attempting to steal home for the second out. That's 2 outs at home plate.
And the shortstop doubles that up and throws out the hitter.
Austin Goddard on the ground ball to, who was that to? I was looking at the scorebook, Dale.
Shortstop.
Okay, so that was 6-3 for the third out. Well, a golden opportunity.
The Lions had the bases loaded twice there.
Unable to convert with two outs at home plate. Those were big outs.
We'll be back.
Minneapolis is a dynamic and growing community. The Minneapolis Chamber of Commerce support of the Minneapolis High School Lions sports programming is just a small part of what they do. Be a chamber member. Come for a visit and stay for a lifetime.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lion backers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lion games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of Minneapolis Junior and Senior High School. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
Trust is a word that is very important in this day and age, especially when it comes to insurance. Since 1982, you've trusted the Davidson Agency in Delphus and Minneapolis to give you the best home, auto, farm, crop, life, and health insurance. Call Lyle Davidson at the Davidson Agency, your trusted choice.
There's nothing more important than our children. That's exactly why the Lion's Den was established in Minneapolis, so the kids could get together in a clean and healthy environment to have fun. It's a great place to party, the Lion's Den, downtown Minneapolis.
Eagle Communications, home of ECTV, high-speed internet, 910 KINA and 99 KG, a proud sponsor of tonight's hometown coverage.
Okay, Kubik up in the Ellsworth half of the fifth. Kubik in game 2 has 2 singles so far. Single up the center and a single to the left. Is here as a leadoff hitter in the top of the fifth. A swing and a miss. The scoreboard has 2 balls, but I think that's, I know that's strike 1 at least. Okay. Bender by Tyrell Owens, the pitcher for Minneapolis. Two and one, maybe.
Two and two.
2 and 2.
According to the umpire.
Yeah. It's not 3 and 1. Kubik, the hitter, he's leading off in the top of the fifth for Ellsworth. Ellsworth leads 8-3. This is the nightcap of the doubleheader between Minneapolis and Ellsworth. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. One away. Brungart, the DH, comes to the plate. Brungart was out to the first baseman on a grounder and had a RBI single in the third inning, and is here with nobody on, one out. Ball 2. Tyrell Owens comes set, brings it home. Swing and a foul ball. 2-1. Good bender. That was a slurve. Starts out down the heart of the plate, slides outside. Good pitch. 2-2. Too high. Full count. Oh.
I'm glad nobody was on base. That was an extra base for sure.
Well, that's the time to have that kind of a mistake, when there's nobody on. Of course, maybe they were a little bit more lackadaisical because of the fact there was nobody on. Nobody hurt. Full count. The pitch. Swing and a miss for the second strikeout. Owens has struck out the first 2 hitters of the inning. Struck out swinging both times. Glazer, the hitter, center fielder. Fly ball to center and struck out looking last time. So we'll see what Tyrell can do with him here in the 5th. Ball 1. Continues to intermittently sprinkle. It'll start sprinkling and then it'll quit, and then it'll start again. Nice backhand by Goddard, but is not going to be able to bobble it just very lightly. I'm going to say that might have been a base hit. It was a pretty tough backhand. He was able to get the ball stopped. It rolled away from him just a little bit, and he just couldn't scramble over there quick enough to come up with it quick enough to make the play at first. But pretty nice stop by Goddard. I'm going to call that a base hit. So with 2 down, that brings up the number 9 hole hitter, Choites. Strike 1 is the call. Glazer steals second. Now at second with 2 out. Ball 1. Good pitch. 1-1.
Took a chance on the inside pitch there.
What do you mean, Dale?
Well, it was an inside ball. I thought it was going to be a ball, but he gave her a swing, fouled it.
One of those slurvy curvies, kind of was on the outside corner and broke into the plate. Probably good protection by the hitter. Good pitch by Terrell. 1-1, 2 away. Runner at second base. The pitch. There's that slurve pitch. Runner advances to third on the mishandled ball by the catcher. Therese couldn't get a handle on it.
3rd out. So after 5, or 4.5, the Lions trail the Bearcats of Ellsworth 8-3. We'll be back.
The State Bank of Delphos and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks which offers traditional accounts such as checking, savings, certificates of deposit, IRAs, loans, and online banking. But most important, they're committed to making your banking experience as easy and as personal as possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
D&M Body Shop can repair any make or model of vehicle and make it look like new. They transform that ugly, messed up vehicle to its like-new condition. You'll be saying, wow, what a job. D&M Body Shop, Minneapolis, the very best.
Bennett Autoplex supports the Minneapolis Lions. At Bennett Autoplex, you'll find a small-town family atmosphere with great prices on new and used cars. New vehicles including Chevrolet, Pontiacs, GMC, Buicks, and Jeep. Serving the customers since 1957. Bennett Autoplex, Minneapolis, Salina.
Scott Studio in Minneapolis does all types of signs, from vehicle graphics, banners, racing, full-color decals, retail signs, and much more. If you need a sign, here's your sign. Scott Studio, where quality is promised and the price is always right.
This inning for the Minneapolis Lions is the center fielder, number 14, Austin Jensen.
The bottom of the fifth. Minneapolis brings Austin Jensen to the plate. Jensen with a walk the first time, a double to left center his second time up. Here he is in the fifth, leading off for Minneapolis. Jensen is set. Here's the pitch. Strike one. Jensen digs in. The pitcher from the windup delivers. Swing and a foul ball. Dribbles down the third base line. Coach Meckel has a bead on it, makes the play, and throws it to the pitcher. Jensen, the hitter, with 2 strikes. He's set. The pitcher comes home. Here's the pitch. Curveball got away from him. A little bit high over the head of Jensen. 1 ball. 1-2 is the count to Austin Jensen. Here's the pitch. Jensen drives a ball through the hole between short and third for a base hit. So the leadoff single in the fifth by Jensen brings up Craig Forte. Forte with a double down the right field line his last time. Forte digs in. Austin Jensen with his lead. Pitcher comes set and comes home. Snap throw to first. Jensen's back in there. Forte. 1 ball's the count. Pitcher comes set and the delivery. High and tight. Ball 2. Ellsworth leads 8-3. Minneapolis here in the bottom of the fifth. Plenty of time, but we need to get some action going somewhere here pretty quick. Pitcher comes set, and the delivery. Strike, the umpire says on the inside corner. Three and 1 is the count. Forte ready. The pitch. Base hit down the right field line.
Runners hold to first and second.
Number 20, Dustin.
So, leadoff single by Jensen, followed by a single by Forte. Runners now at first and second.
No outs.
Dustin Lott's the hitter. Dustin Lott with a ground out to second base the first time, and a ground out to second base the second time up. Third time's a charm, they say. We'll see. The pitch. Off the knob of the bat, a 1 bouncer to the second baseman, throws to the shortstop, who completes the double play. That changed the chemistry of the game a little.
Jensen is at third now.
That is a 4-6-3 double play That was a huge play for Ellsworth. Matt Corman, the hitter. Austin Jensen now stands at third. We need every run we can get. Strike one. Corman, the DH in game 2, stands in. The pitcher comes set, and he's going to step off and make a throw to third. Jensen's back in there and calls for time. Going to dust himself off just a little. Regroup. Pitcher comes to the mound. Comes set. Jensen with a lead. The pitch. Ooh, looked pretty low. Corman said he didn't say anything, but he looked like he thought it might have been low. 1-1. No, I'm sorry. That's 2 strikes. Now it's 1-2. I'll get it straight. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Matt Corman. 2 away here by virtue of the double play. Austin Jensen at third. Minneapolis can use a run. And a swing and a miss. Corman goes down swinging.
We strand a runner again. Score remains 8-3 after 5. We'll be back.
The Minneapolis Junior.
Trust is a word that is very important.
Asylum will do that too. Lynn and Brandon welcome new customers. Call 392-4555.
Since 1887, the Bennington State Bank has been your trusted hometown bank. For over 100 years, they've been interested in helping people achieve their financial goals. Let them help you. The Bennington State Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, here we are in the top of the 6th. Ellsworth comes up, their leadoff hitter, McCausland. McCausland is the leadoff hitter. So far tonight, he started off with a double, had a single, a line drive to the third baseman his third time up. So he's going to put it in play. We'll see what he does with it. Terrell Owens on the mound now for Minneapolis. Has been since the beginning of the 4th. Nice pitch. The umpire liked it too. Strike one. It was a good pitch. Started on the outside part of the plate and just nicked the corner as it went by. 1-1. In the dirt. McCausland, the hitter. Probably one of the stronger players on the Ellsworth team. Foul ball. Screamer down the third baseline. Gets outside of the ballpark, out into the ditch, and somebody's going to have to chase that one. 1-2 is the count. Tyrell with the advantage. Comes set. 2-2. Count evens up. What we need now, Dale, is outs.
Yeah.
Good pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Catcher steps in side, makes the throw down to Dustin Lott, third baseman, for the out.
Some outs and some run support in the last 2 innings.
One away on the K-2-3. Munoz, the hitter. One away for Ellsworth. They lead 8-3. Nice pitch by Terrell. The umpire liked it as well. Strike one. We have a co-ed umpiring crew tonight. 1-1 is the count. I don't know where this crew is from. Munoz the hitter. Nobody on. One away.
Well, one of the umps seems to know some of the Ellsworth people, so he must be from the area.
Might be.
Salina or something.
2-1 is the count. Cooling off a little, Dale. I'm glad I brought a jacket.
You bet.
And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count evens 2-2. Nobody on for Ellsworth. Nothing going. Tyrell struck out the side in the 5th and has a strikeout, has 2 strikeouts in the 6th. Strikeout swinging. Reese is the hitter. Tyrell with 5 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings. Foul ball, strike 1. Just won't make it perfect here, Dale. Should we just go ahead and have him strike out the side?
I agree.
Tyrell with the sign, comes set, and the delivery. 1-1. The pitch. 2-1.
Hearing the train here, Rupa. I was reading the paper the other day about the smoke, the steam engine that's been restored in Abilene.
I read a little something about that.
Maiden voyage here pretty soon.
2-2. That was a cold strike.
Going to be offering 5-mile rides at least twice a month on weekends.
You know, at one time,
$45 a round trip.
They had a deal where they had a dinner. You know, I never did know about it. There's a line shot right back up the middle, right out to Austin Jensen in center field for a base hit. Yeah, I see that in the paper where they have restored the steam engine in the Abilene area, and they're having some excursion rides, and I don't know. They said the maiden voyage or something was like $200 a seat.
Yeah,
I think in the
probably
paper.
$100 each way, maybe.
Well, I don't know. I thought, well, I'll catch that later.
For a 5-mile ride, 10-mile ride.
Well, you can't ride on a steam engine every day.
No.
All right, runner at first base, 2 out. Tyrell steps off and fires to first. Good move. Runner back in time. This is the catcher Rice, who, if you may remember, an inning ago had a little issue with Nick Torres sliding into home, and he took issue with Nick, thinking that maybe Nick spikes up a little too aggressively, and words were exchanged and maybe a shove or two before the officials were able to break it up. Tempers flared slightly. Nothing like a contested baseball game, Dale.
That's right. Gotta do something to keep the juices flowing.
Here's a swing and a foul ball, I believe. No, I'm sorry. That's going to be out in the short
John Corman.
right. John Corman drifts out under it, makes the catch for the 3rd out. That fooled me. I thought that was going out of play. So on the fly ball, Ellsworth is retired with 1 run. Correction.
No runs.
No runs on 1 hit. So after 5.5 innings, Ellsworth leads 8-3.
All their runs were in the first 2 innings, weren't they?
Ellsworth scored 3 in the first, 3 in the second, and 2 in the third.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for 8 runs.
So they've gone
Minneapolis's runs were all in the third, 3 runs in the third.
So they've gone 3 innings without a run.
That's right, and as I said, Terrell did a pretty good job there. He has pitched for 1, 2, 3 complete innings, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts.
Yep.
So, been fairly effective. And we'll take a break.
City Pharmacy has brought you quality professional pharmaceuticals since 1963. Joe and Amber Wool will help you with your medications, durable medical equipment, cosmetics, gifts, and greeting cards. Your hometown pharmacy, City Pharmacy, downtown Minneapolis.
Your Minneapolis hometown hardware is always there when you need an appliance, paint, tools. Well, truthfully, the list just goes on and on and on. So the next time you need something, almost anything, go to Hometown Hardware, Minneapolis. They've probably got it.
At Robertson Monuments, they believe that community is everything. Minneapolis is a great town to live in, and Robertson Monument is happy to be a part of the community. Robertson Monument, a Minneapolis Lions sports booster. Try to make as many games as you can.
Drew Smith, the number 7 hitter for Minneapolis, led off in the 3rd and now is going to be leading off in the 6th. Drew has a double and a single, so he's had a good second game here. As we told you earlier in game 1, Mike mentioned last year he played with him, thought maybe he was one of the most improved players on the team. Strong kid, swings a pretty good bat. The pitch. Ball. Outside, ball 1. Minneapolis needs to, it's starting to get late. We need to get something done. We need to chip away at that lead.
Had
Ball 2.
2 successive innings go by with potential of chipping away and did not get any runs crossed.
Back in the 4th, I might remind you, that was the inning that
had the bases loaded twice.
Yeah, we started off, had the bases loaded. That's right, and had the two outs at home. Just couldn't get it done. Three and 1 to Drew Smith, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch. Fouled back, out of play. Full count. Umpiring has been pretty consistent, Dale. What started the game as a strike has ended the game as a strike, and there is an attempt to throw it around the horn, and he launched it into left field.
Too bad we didn't have anybody on base.
So the left fielder is going to recover the ball and bring it in, and now they're going to attempt to complete the around the horn to the third baseman, who hands the ball to the pitcher. One of those things. So the strikeout. 1 down. Nick Torres, the hitter. Pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Nick Torres, then Steve Branham. The pitch. Outside, ball 2. Torres gathers his thoughts, crawls back in, readies for the pitch. And the delivery. Swing and a miss. 2 and 1. Torres crawls back in. He's ready. And the pitch. Ooh, strike 2, the umpire said. I didn't like it as well as she did, Dale. Two and 2's the count. Fly ball to center, or right center, falls in for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Torres for the single. Torres at first. Branham, the number 9 hitter.
One down, 1 on.
Steve Branham, the number 9 hitter, comes to the plate.
Bottom
he
of the
digs
6th.
in. Pitcher looks in, checks the runner, comes set. The pitch. Right in there for strike 1. The pitch. Right back up the box, hit the pitcher in the leg. Luckily, there was a break for Ellsworth. They're not going to get the double play. The ball came back to the pitcher, hit him in the leg. The ball died right on the spot. He was able to reach down, pick it up, had the presence of mind to throw for the force out at second, and they just weren't able to turn the double play. But good, alert, defensive baseball by the pitcher to recover, have the presence of mind to make that throw to second base to get the lead runner. So Branham is on by virtue of a fielder's choice, and that brings up John Corman. John Corman, the second baseman. 2 fly balls and a fielder's choice thus far. 2 away. 1 strikes the count on Corman, and the pitch. Corman with a high fly ball to right center. The right fielder is there, hauls it in for the 3rd out. Minneapolis goes down with no runs on 1 hit, no errors.
3rd inning in a row.
Nobody
runners on the base.
If you're searching for the right insurance to fit your needs, look no further. American Family Insurance has been providing security and peace of mind for more than 80 years because they want to protect what matters most. Call Scott Osherman in Minneapolis, your American Family Insurance agent.
Minneapolis is a dynamic and growing community. The Minneapolis Chamber of Commerce support of the Minneapolis High School Lions sports programming is just a small part of what they do. Be a chamber member. Come for a visit and stay for a lifetime.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's fun. It's Minneapolis Raceway. Minneapolis Raceway has brought you exciting races to central Kansas and will continue this tradition. This fast track will give you and your family some of the most exciting races ever seen. Go Lions!
C&R Plating would like to take this time to thank their many friends and customers for making their business what it is today. Kevin also wants to wish the Minneapolis Lions a great season. C&R Plating, happy to be a Minneapolis Lions backer.
There's nothing more important than our children. That's exactly why the Lion's Den was established in Minneapolis, so the kids could get together in a clean and healthy environment to have fun. It's a great place to party. The Lion's Den, downtown Minneapolis.
Leading off for the Ellsworth Bearcats, number 26, Stephen Hyler.
1 inning to go, unless the Lions can do some great defense here and come up with some big runs here at the bottom of the 7th.
Just counting the hits here. Ellsworth has 3, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits. Minneapolis has 9 hits thus far. Matt Corman, we're having a pitching change. Matt Corman will be pitching now for Minneapolis. He'll be relieving Tyrell Owens. It appears that Owens must have been removed from the game. His Forte is still at 3rd. Austin Goddard at short. John Corman at 2nd. Dustin Lott at first base. Drew Smith in right. Austin Jensen in center. Steve Branham in left. Nick Therese behind the plate. So Matt Corman, the freshman, enters the game now as the pitcher for Minneapolis. Just as well get some experience, Dale.
Yep. I was sitting there wondering earlier, I wonder if Matt's a pitcher like his brother or not. I guess so. Working on it anyway.
So Matt Corman, now pitching for Minneapolis. Ellsworth leads 8-3. This is in the top of the 7th. So time grows short for Minneapolis.
This had to be a big inning.
We'll take it. High and tight, ball 1. On the corner, 1-1 is the count. Nice knee-high pitch right off the outside corner. Corman comes set, delivers. That was one of those trigger zone pitches, high in the eyes. The hitter had a little trouble resisting, but he was able to check his swing in time. 2-1 is the count. And the pitch. Outside. 3-1 is the count now. Matt Corman, the pitcher for Minneapolis. Toes the rubber. Comes set. And the delivery. Swing with a ball hit down the line. It's going to be a foul ball. The second baseman, John Corman, makes a good effort to get there behind the base to make a play on it.
He ran a long way, didn't he?
He did what he could. It was just too far out there. Good hustle by Matt Corman. I like to see when you diagram the defensive responsibility, that second baseman has basically the responsibility behind first base for that fly ball. Okay. And I'm very pleased to see Corman get over there and make an attempt on that play. Good play by Matt Corman. Didn't make it, but he really didn't have an opportunity to make it. So there's a strikeout for Matt Corman. So his first batter is a strikeout victim. 1 away. Kubik, the hitter. Kubik, the number 6 hitter in the order. Starts off with ball 1. Corman takes the sign, comes set, and the pitch. Kubik, high fly ball to deep second base. Corman drifts out and can't get back there enough. He's going to try for second. He's going to be out on the tag.
Good recovery.
Good recovery. Corman, tough play, running out with your back to the infield, reached up and was able to get a glove on it, but it bounced away. That would have been a very, very, very good catch. That goes down as a base hit. Corman alertly recovers the ball, and Austin Goddard alertly covered second base when the runner rounding first tried to stretch that into a double. They nailed him. He was out. 2 down. Base hit up the middle. That's going to fall in there. Line drive right at the center fielder. No play possible. That's a base hit. We got a little bit of a break with that kid trying to attempting to get into second there, Dale.
Yes, we did.
That was a cheap out.
Like
but they're playing like they're ahead, you know.
Kind of like that Royals guy did the other day against the Yankees.
Tien, you're right. That was about the almost identical play. Mm-hmm. Ball hit the right field, although our right fielder's not left-handed. But actually, it wasn't hit the right field. It was hit the right field, but our second baseman actually made a play on that ball, and their right fielder made a play on it. But a lot of similarities, though. Good point, Dale. So Corman pitches with 2 down. 1-1 is the count. The number 8 hitter, Laser, and the pitch. Good breaking ball. I'm not sure why that wasn't a strike. Looked like a good pitch. Matt Corman didn't like it either. You don't get every call.
3-1.
You got to shake it off.
Walked the runner there. Nope. Well, the scoreboard is wrong.
Yeah, now I think it's 3-1, Dale.
3-1.
Runner at first base. 2 down. And the pitch. Oh, he swiped through the strike zone. 3-2. Full count.
2 outs.
Corman comes set, delivers. Little butterfly pitch. A little too high. Walked him. Runners at first and second. Brungart at second now. Glazer at first by virtue of the walk. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Choites. Choites walked, has a triple, and struck out. So this is his 4th appearance in game 2. Well, actually, it's his 4th appearance because I don't think he got into game 1. A swing and a grounder to second base. Corman knocks it down, keeps it in front of him, makes the play, but
away from.
I'm not sure what happened. The first baseman didn't get a handle on it. I don't know if it was offline or if Lott didn't catch it. From our vantage point, Dale, I couldn't tell if it was offline or if Lott just didn't make the play. Now, Corman knocked it down, did a good job of at least keeping the ball in front of him. Barehanded the ball, picked it up, and flipped it to first, but it got by the first baseman, and I'm not sure if it was offline or Lott just didn't catch it. But regardless, a run scores.
It's 9-3 now, top of the 7th.
That was a huge out. So Choites hits the ball to second base.
Runners at third and second.
Runners wind up at, as Dale said, runner at third base. That's 12 Glazer. Choites is at second base. 2 down, and the McCausland, the hitter. 30 is the count. Clausland is your leadoff hitter, in a position to blow the game wide open here if it's not already that way. Ellsworth leads 9-3 in game 2 of the nightcap. Game 2 of the doubleheader, that is. Call for strike. Corman comes set, checks the runners, kicks and delivers. McCausland, a base hit between first and second. He's going to score 2 runs. Hit behind the runner. That's a good piece of running, and he's going to steam into second.
11-3 now, the tally for the Bearcats.
That hitting behind the runner like that to right field scores 2 runs. Good piece of hitting by McCausland. He's an experienced baseball player. He has some idea what he wants to do. I understand he's going to try to walk on as a college player next year.
I would say he's got some potential there. Small college, if nothing else.
And we must have a substitute.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen this guy before.
Munoz should be the hitter, but this is number
32.
32. Let me get a name for you here. Wolf. This is number 32. Wolf in the game as a hitter. Phil Wolf. I'm taking that from some of the spectators are hollering Phil, so I assume it's Phil Wolf, the hitter for Ellsworth, and a good cut, but didn't get a piece of it. Wolf is the hitter. 1-1 is the count. Corman delivers. On the corner, strike. 1-2. Nice pitch by Matt Corman. Just caught a little bit of the corner. And the pitch. Yes, a good curveball. Struck him out.
So bottom of the 7th comes up. The Lions need 9 runs here to pull this game out.
So Ellsworth has scored 3 runs on three hits, 3 runs on 3 hits, and now lead 11-3.
Eagle Communications, home of ECTV, high-speed internet, 910 KINA and 99 KG, a proud sponsor of tonight's hometown coverage.
Bennett Autoplex supports the Minneapolis Lions. At Bennett Autoplex, you'll find a small-town family atmosphere with great prices on new and used cars. New vehicles including Chevrolet, Pontiacs, GMC, Buicks, and Jeep. Serving the customer since 1957. Bennett Autoplex, Minneapolis, Salina.
Scott Studio at Minneapolis does all types of signs, from vehicle graphics, banners, racing, full-color decals, retail signs, and much more. If you need a sign, here's your sign. Scott Studio, where quality is promised and the price is always right.
D&M Body Shop can repair any make or model of vehicle and make it look like new. They transform that ugly, messed up vehicle to its like-new condition. You'll be saying, wow, what a job! D&M Body Shop, Minneapolis, the very best.
The State Bank of Delphos and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks which offers traditional accounts such as checking, savings, certificates of deposit, IRAs, loans, and online banking. But most important, they're committed to making your banking experience as easy and as personal as possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I wonder if we might not see number 10 come in here and close out for the Bearcats. Here
Who,
he is.
who is it?
Number 10.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. McCausland is the now pitching, and he relieved the last game and would have got the win, I believe.
Yep.
And we have a new hitter, number 33, and I'm not sure who that is. Do you know?
Your wife announced, but I didn't.
I didn't catch it. And it appears that he would be hitting for John Corman. And the pitch. Strike one. Strike two. Good pitch. We're going to put the speed gun on to see what we get here. Bender, 58-mile-an-hour curveball for a ball. 1-2 is the count. Two and two. And the pitch. There's a 68-mile-an-hour fastball. Not overwhelming speed, pretty average, but he is mixing up his speeds, and that makes it effective. Full count. And the pitch. There's a 67-mile-an-hour pitch. And
Now batting number 6.
what we need is base runners, and that's what we got with the walk.
And Trahan.
Austin got who? I'm sorry?
Trahan is the batter now. Rex Trahan.
Oh, okay. Rex Trahan. Thank you. I missed that. I thought that was Goddard again. Rex Trahan. Okay. He will replace Austin Goddard. In Minneapolis, this the bottom of the 7th. We need to manufacture eight runs to play more baseball. Ooh, now we have a new pitcher. McCausland is come out of the game, and they're going to bring in another right-hander, and I have not seen a motion like that.
We'll take a break. Kind of a Quisenberry, was that his name?
It's a very unorthodox delivery.
Sidearm delivery, kind of?
Kind of a sidearm. Yeah, this is very unusual. We'll see how it works. Rex Trahan, the hitter, I believe he's one of the many. I think they have like 10 freshmen out, Dale. Lots of freshmen.
Good.
And the pitch. Strike one.
Wasn't that the famous Kansas City pitcher years ago,
Quisenberry? Yeah, he was one of them. You bet. Had a submariner. He was. They called him a submariner.
Okay.
Rex Trahan's first appearance in the game. And strike two. Swing and a miss. There's something to be said for keeping the ball around the plate, Dale, as a pitcher. Very unorthodox movement. Nobody's seen a pitch come out of a hand like that.
Now batting
Struck him out.
Number 10, Alex Johnson.
One away.
It's Alex Johnson up to bat now.
Alex Johnson, another freshman.
One out. One man on. Scoreboard operator.
And the pitch. Narrowly missed the inside corner. Ball one. This is Alex Johnson, a freshman. Runner at first base, and I'm sorry, I do not know who that is. Ooh, check swing. I'm guessing they called that a strike. One and one is the count, and the pitch. A little high for a ball. 2-1. Little outside. 3-1. One out. Runner at first base. Alex Johnson, the hitter. Swing and a miss. Full count. Foul back out of play. Back towards the river. Hits a tree and bounces down into the ditch. That's one that's not going to go to the river. I would have said it would have if it hadn't hit the tree and got a good bounce. And the pitch. Oh, rung him up. Full count pitch on the outside corner.
He thought he was taking a walk.
I did too, Dale.
Zach Davis, the batter now. 2 outs. One man on.
Zach Davis hits for Craig Forte. And the pitch. High, ball one. Okay, we have a runner at first base. Pickoff moved to first, back in time. No damage. And the pitch. A little outside, ball two. 2 away. Minneapolis trailing here, 11-3. Ellsworth leads in game 2 of the doubleheader. Swing and a miss for Davis. Zach Davis, the hitter. Two and one is the count. Pretty good move to first base. Runner back. And the pitch. Strike right in there. 2-2. Well, I could be wrong. I've got 2-2. The scoreboard's got 1-2. But we do agree there's 2 outs. And the pitch. Inside, dusted him off. He took a seat. Scoreboard has 2-2. We'll defer to their count. The umpire has 3-2, and that's what I have. Inside for. Ooh. Okay, I guess I was wrong. No, now the umpire.
Take your base.
Okay. I thought the umpire had 3-2, and that's what I had. And then a ball came in there, and the kid gets back in there, is going to hit. The umpire had to go up and tap him on the shoulder and say, son, why don't you go ahead and take your base? Okay. So Zach Davis draws a walk. And Matt Corman is the hitter.
Oh, shit.
I missed it, Dale. What happened?
Strike over the right side corner.
Okay.
Low and outside again.
Swing and a miss for Matt Corman. Matt Corman struck out. He walked the first time, struck out looking, and struck out swinging. This is his 4th appearance in game 2. 2 strikes. Got to guard the plate. And the pitch. He reaches out there, protects the plate, hits a little ground shot to second base, over to first, and he's out, and the game's over. Ellsworth wins 4-3 here in the second game of the doubleheader on the 17th of April here in Minneapolis.
11-3.
11. Did I not say 11-3?
4-3.
I said, okay, I'm sorry. 11-3.
9-7 and 11-3 wins here for the Bearcats. The Lions, young Lions, still not have a league victory. But, maybe that'll come yet this year. Things were close in the first game.
First game was fun. Second game was a learning event.
Thanks for listening here on 910KINA.com and Channel 8, Eagle Communications. Dale Leach and Dave Rupert. Dave, thanks for bringing the call. So much is appreciated.
Well, I enjoyed it. I like baseball. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If you have any comments, please let us know.
We'll be back for a game against Wilson. I can't remember when in May. We'll put it in the paper. And,
Wilson, and then I suppose we'll go to probably a zone or district game or something?
Yeah, the district is at Wilson, I believe.
Is it at Wilson? Okay, very good.
And then the Lady Lions will have a softball game coming up here in the next week and a half somewhere that we'll be at. So thanks for listening as always and having us in your home. Good night, folks.